Hi everyone, it's Nicole McGurk for Mama Elephant, and today I have a card share featuring the brand new Boutique Borders stamp set, as well as the Season's Greetings stamp set. I used that for the embossed snowflakes and greeting. To begin my card, I am using the stitched rectangle die from the index card Mama Elephant Creative Cuts collection, and I've die cut that from some smooth white cardstock. And then I'm simply taking the Mama Elephant pigment inks and creating a plaid grid background. This is one of my favorite techniques for border stamps, is to create my own custom backgrounds. And I am going with a pretty non-traditional color scheme for my card. I am using the Lemongrass pigment ink and also the Posh Pink. These are brand new Mama Elephant ink colors, and then I've paired that with the Mojito pigment ink, one of the original Mama Elephant pigment ink colors. And I love how when you stamp these back and forth, it creates this awesome plaid background. I thought it would really be fun to have a kind of non-traditional colored background. And so I chose to use pink instead of red. So I am simply going to keep going back and forth and stamp my grid. And you can see I'm working on a craft mat because quite a bit of the ink on the edge is stamping off onto my work surface. So you do want to protect your surface when working with a border stamp like this. And I have to clean my stamp between changing ink colors. So I try to stamp as many of the borders at a time as I can. So there is the lemongrass. I'll stamp it one way and then I'll flip it and stamp it the other way. And it actually goes pretty fast to designing your backgrounds this way. Maybe instead of going diagonally, you go straight up and down. I find with the diagonal, it gives a lot of room for error, which means that you might not notice any stamping imperfections because I am definitely not lining this up. It's not perfect. But once you have that grid design stamped back and forth, any of those little imperfections sort of just disappear. And I love that. So this is definitely one of my very favorite techniques to create my own pattern paper that perfectly matches my project. So I only have a couple more stamped lines to do here. The pink, and then I'll clean it one more time, and then I really only have about one more. Well, I should have done that last corner, I guess, with the pink, but I didn't. Guess I'll go back and get that. So I did the green, and I did realize, oh, I forgot the pink, so I inked up that other side of the stamp that I didn't ink up with green and finished off that corner. Now I have a piece of die cut vellum. This is the scallops rectangle from the Index Card Creative Cuts collection. That background is really bright and I love it, but if I stamp my greeting right on top of that and emboss it with silver embossing powder, it is going to really just blend into the background. It is not going to be prominent. So I am using my powder tool to make sure my embossing powder sticks only to my stamped greeting, and then stamping my greeting with Versamark on the vellum and sprinkling it with some Simon Says Stamp silver embossing powder. Now before I heat set that, I'm going to use some of the snowflakes from the Season's Greeting stamp set. There are two stamp sets that are pretty similar in that they both have awesome scripty style greetings. That would be the Peace on Earth and the Season's Greetings. My greeting is from Season's Greetings, and then the snowflakes are from Season's Greetings, and then the little line that I'm going to stamp here, like I have a little trio of hanging snowflakes, this little line is from the Peace on Earth stamp set. And I used it on my Peace on Earth card. If you've seen that card that I shared just the other day, and hung some little ornaments from that. So I thought this would be fun to have some little hanging snowflakes. And I'm using white embossing powder for the snowflakes and then silver for the little string there. So I'll just stamp the little trio of snowflakes here. I like to do the snowflake first, and then that gives me a really good idea of where I need to place the little string. And then I need one more, so I'll stamp the one again, ink it up with Versamark, stamp it, make sure they're all offset just enough. I like them to not be too matchy-matchy. Finish with the white, and I'll stamp that last little silver string, add the embossing powder, and then I will heat set this to finish it off. I did add a little silver embossing powder to the Let It Snow. I bumped a little area on it, and I wanted to make sure that it was completely covered. So once I have that all done, I'm ready to attach the vellum to my background. That can be tricky. I like to hide my adhesive by adding little dots of glue using the Zig glue pen right behind any of the embossed areas, and then also maybe along the sides and in the corners of the background piece. To hold this in place while the glue dries, it does dry pretty quickly, but I don't want it to make the vellum curl up. I like to put something heavy like an acrylic block on it, and that really does help. I'm going to finish off my card with some enamel dots placed in the center of the 3 snowflakes in pink and green. And then I'll add some foam adhesive on the back of the pattern paper or stamped pattern paper and attach that to my card base. I like the addition of the foam adhesive. I think it really helps give especially a very simple designed card a little bit of dimension and really makes it pop off of that background. So I'll peel off that backing piece, place it on my card base, and this card is finished. I hope you've enjoyed this video showcasing the brand new Boutique Borders stamp set from Mama Elephant. The supplies I've used are listed and linked below the video on YouTube. For more information, please visit my blog. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time.